The slides?
No.
Yeah, slide.
I'm not sure we did.
Which one is the last we finish it?
Let's see.
I remember this program, yes or no? This one you copy from here. Before I teach this one, before I teach one, I assign the assignment like extra credit
Right.
because we try to do that. Then you understand the concept.
Oh, right.
The concept is nothing. They're talking about around 15 page, only using the built-in function. That's why I make it short. We only have to understand what's the, so when we have to use the built-in function, that's it. Before we start the program, we have to search it. We have any built-in function for this solution? Yes, then we don't want to waste the time. Use the built-in function, right? For this one, we're gonna compare 3 number for basic idea, which one is a large number. For example, 3. We have a 3 number like a x1, comma x2, comma x3. So we're gonna, the user enter x1, let's say user enter x1 is 50 or 10, x2 is 6, x3 is 1. Then we're gonna compare this all user input, then take the big number is a 1 and print the big number as 1. Right? For that, we have some simple built-in function is a max. We don't need to do this all logic, waste the time. If you do that in the industry, when you go to the work, you do that, you already have a built-in function. You don't know. So nobody teach you, or nobody tell you to use that.
Right.
Only the programmer had to decide it. So that's what this topic, this slide and this chapter, we're talking about that. You have to decide, okay, before you start the program, you have to think about it, okay, for this program, I have to do my own code, or some built-in function maybe has it inside. So some programming language has a built-in function, but some not. Then you have to create the built-in function, right?
Yeah.
So this one we already done it, we already uploaded. And the second one, so this is the output for the program, and the second one, this is the simple. So for this problem, let's say maximum number, n number, whatever. We can pass it into the list. We can pass the list here, then we will find the big number, okay? Only we using max to solve this problem, okay? Anything I have to explain for this? Nothing, I don't know how to, only we use the max. Right, good to go?
Yeah.
So what we learned it so far, this is what you have to do, you plan it, plan the algorithm. If algorithm anything missing, you have to write down, okay, this problem I have to solve it later. Then go back and find out for we have any built-in function for the max. So maximum value, okay? Any questions? Let me change it.
Yeah.
You working on it? So we finished the chapter, some lesson. Okay, what is the first? What are you understanding from first? Any idea? No?
No.
So first one, how to approach the programming problem or any program. So let's say I assign some assignment, some homework, some questions. So whenever you read the question, so then immediately you pop up some idea. So don't apply this idea. Don't take the decision the first pop up. Right? So that's not the good idea. But every time you have to check it and okay, then you have to search them, do some research. Okay, if somebody approached this idea earlier, somebody had this problem earlier, where we can find it? So each programming language has its own forums. Even some, for example, some Microsoft and Android, they're still developing something. Android Studio is still they're developing. They release the beta version and they say try some programming here. Then if you don't have any class for the specific reason, we can communicate that. We can send some. Even they pay money for that. We give some idea. Okay, this part, this class, we don't have any solution. We have to write our own class. You can write your own class for that solution. Then you can give it to them. Okay, this is the solution for that. Still get the money. Good? Oh, if somebody already finished it, copy the idea, not the copy the code. Copy the idea and make it better than that. Then only you can say, I developed this. Otherwise, you copy from some code, he developed all that. So most of the programming is copyright, right? Even simply, you cannot copy the design or anything from the website. You guys working in the web development, you cannot copy anyway. If we can copy it, if anybody gonna show it, they can easily find out you're using the code. But you can copy the idea. Right click and view the source code. Okay. You can use the different term of words and everything. For the CSS style, we use many things like that. Good. On class name. If you use the own class name, 4 or 5 class, the matching together, then they will suck against your code and you have to pay more money. And the first and so the first pop-up idea, don't do that. You have to always think we have some other idea to do that. Okay, always trying for the better idea because we need the future something reliability source code and reusability source code, right? And programming module. Good. And the second one, what we have to do. So we remember we design the algorithm, then flowchart, then after that we approach some problem, then find out some mathematic formula, then we redevelop the elaborated algorithm. So that's what we're talking about here. So we have to do that. This is a step-by-step process. First you have to plan it, think it here, draw it from some flowchart or anything, and create the algorithm. And algorithm, you're missing something. You don't know how's the solution for that. So you can say with the comments mark, this is a missing part, I have to deal with that first. Then that's the way to develop the algorithm. So if you start sometime when I assign the homework or question or anything, you don't know how to start, you don't know where to start. That means you don't approach a step-by-step process. If you approach the questions step-by-step process or any programming step-by-step process, you can do whatever you want. Or you can solve the problem. That's a developer. Good? You know the syntax, but you don't know which steps. If you know the steps, you can translate it. If you don't know how to translate it to the program, any problem, then you can do the research. Right? That's the industrial standard to approach the program. Good? So always think, first pop up, maybe the code is working, they're giving right output, but maybe it's have some code duplications. The happy birthday program, right? 4 time print happy birthday program, but there's a code duplications, then not reusability and reliability. Okay? The second one, what is the algorithm after we develop the algorithm, right? What about the clarity, simplicity? What is the clarity? What we're talking about here?
Like ease or how nice.
Yes, the code looking. I don't talk about the clarity of output coding because after the algorithm, so then what we're gonna convert it into the code. So code, put the comments and put the break lines and maintains you're gonna use some complex mathematic formula. Put the space between the mathematic formula, formula 1 for this, separate that. Good? Then easy to read it, easy to modify it, easy to find out the problem and bugs. It's alerting, I don't know. Mark. Okay, what's the simplicity? Any idea, simplicity?
Like the less code for the same, result.
Yeah, we can tell. For here, go back a little few slides. So for this problem, find the max function. Only I use the max building. But if you want to write the own max function, you don't know how to compare main number, right? This is a simplicity. Simple code, easy to read and easy to execute, easy to use it. You don't need to waste the time. We go to the industry and they give you finish the project within 6 hours. Something big problem, but the developer know, the architect know, they have some built-in function to finish it. If you don't know, you will take 1 week or 2 weeks to finish it. Then they will kick you out. Right? That's a good example for the simplicity. We want to find the max number. So okay, if you don't have a math function, what are you gonna do? Something if else condition comparing we already done before, right?
Right.
So we don't need this is simplicity. But sorry. What about the efficiency?
Want to run as efficiently and fast as possible without extra overhead.
What is that?
Want to run basically as fast and efficiently as possible without a bunch of overhead that doesn't need it.
Yeah, and also like a happy birthday program is a good example, right? Right? More code duplications. Good? Okay, you got it. What about the scalability?
Split it up into different modules. So
Different module and also reusability and what is that next?
Elegance?
Reusability and
Duplicating?
oh, I forgot. Reliability.
Relatability?
Reliability means we can long time we can use reliable. Okay. Reusability means so you can use it in the particular module. Reliability means lock-in module you already developed it. Different website also you can change the color design. You can use the same code, right? Good. And what about this guy? What is that? Elegance, right? What is that?
Make it look pretty, unique.
Anything else? You're right, a little bit, yes. Anything else? It's a new term, elegant. You heard about that? No?
Elegance?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Like showing,
Some fancy?
yeah, pretty much fancy.
There's a communication words. Oh yes. But in programming style, we say we're talking about here user UX design, UI design. That's mean user expectations. That's mean your output have to meet the user expectations. That's mean easy to use, not confusing for the users. Only we're talking about the output, not the code. The UI, not confusing. That's a little bit clarity, little bit, I don't know how to say, how to form the sentence for that. You understand what I'm talking about. So when they see the application, user able to understand easily, okay, this is what I have to do. For example, and make some easy. Let's say you order something from the online. Before, few years before, what we have to do, shipping address and payment address we have to enter separately. But now you can see latest application. If you have the same address, you can check the box, same address. That's automatically copied. But earlier, few years earlier, not like that. You have to same address and a different address. You have to type it back the same thing. You see? So user feel, oh, what we have to type it. They get mad later, right? That's the elegance. Good? Any questions? No? Be the computer. So, be the computer means, so what we're going to talking about here, when you approach it, so we always talking about how to approach the project here. or program here, problem here, right? Right. The first time, okay, you have some problem or you don't know how to solve that. So what do you have to do? Think it first, right? Then after you get some idea, then you ask you again, does the idea is right or not? You have to ask you over and over, so we can execute this. Some hidden errors there or not. So this kind of situation. So you have to try it, keep trying. That's why the first things we learn it. Don't apply the first pop-up logic. No, right? Same thing. Even you find out it, then you have to ask things. Okay, this is the way to solve the problem. Oh, somebody already approached this problem already. Get? That's what they're talking about. What about the last ones? If you write the algorithm, after you get the idea, you write the algorithm. So that's a solve the problem to algorithm. If it's missing, that's a different part. Okay. Then immediately you have to simply some source code, some if-else condition. If you see that, when you algorithm and also programming code also like a same straightforward conversion. If-else condition. So if you want, I can show you something here. You see, this we can look like a Python code and pseudocode too, or algorithm too, right? Straightforward like that. Max one number, but we're gonna use the different variable for that in officially, right? But how to execute the Python code for it. So look like this. That's what we're talking about. The straightforward that. Which one we talking about? Yeah. Straightforward approach. That means they after the algorithm they translate into the code. Very straightforward, simply and clear and a easy way. Good. Any questions? No. Something homework's going on. What is that?
No. Yeah.
What's that?
Paper.
What one?
Computer systems.
Good. Let me change it. Any questions?
Change it.
It's nothing, right? So what we gonna this one we already talked about that with the max number value. That's the good example we run. So we can read the explanation. So we already had experience for what this point. Yes or no? Any questions? If you don't understand, let me explain it because we already done the max number of value, we apply the different and we don't waste the time. We try the built-in function max, solve the problem easily, but before we try the big code if-else conditions unwarrantedly, but that's not the reusability and reliability too. Okay? So which one is the better solution using the built-in function? Right? That's a good example. Good? Any questions? Suppose you have to know this all. This is the end of the Python book. After this, tomorrow we're going to do the quiz. And day after tomorrow, we're going to start the C#. And few days, maybe we have 2 weeks, 1 more weeks C#. After that, we're going to do the review for the final exam and get ready for that. So let me change it. Any questions? This one, 2-3 times I explain it. Okay, this one.
All right.
This one, don't remember the bill. What does that mean?
There's already a solution for it, then
What is that?
if there's already a solution for it, then try to look
Yes.
it up and see if there's something that you could
Yeah.
use.
What they're trying to say when you're approaching the program for problem. So you have some solution. You need some solution. You're going to solve some problem. Then immediately don't start your writing on code or anything. First thing, you have to find which language you're working for, and this language have some built-in function for that solve your problem. Or if not, you have to search next level. Somebody already faced this problem. Find out from some community or development community, discussion board or forums. Don't copy the idea. Sorry, don't copy the source code. Copy the idea. You don't have permission to copy the idea. Sorry, copy the source code.
Right.
That's not yours, right? Somebody's. But always okay. And the last point, truly expert programmers know when to borrow. What does that mean? What do you understand? Yes, a little bit confusing.
Like
Straightforward. What?
borrow another.
What they meaning borrow? Borrow what?
Ideas.
Ideas, concepts.
Concept, yes.
Um,
What they're saying, only the truly expert programmers only know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. You face this problem. So somebody assigned the assignment, maybe the first semester. Maybe so. Okay, if I assign any assignment, any questions, you try to look from internet. Anything internet example confusing you? You see some sample, but when you try to apply this sample into our own code, you translate into our own code, it's giving some error, weird error, so you don't know how to fix that.
Right.
So that's what they know. You don't know how to borrow the code. Borrow means not the code, ideas and concept. So when you look like online, they explain the different concept, but same logic they applied. But when you try to bring the ideas to here, you don't know how to apply it in our programming. That means you don't know. You are not the true expert, truly expert programmers. The expert programmers know how to borrow. And when they look in online, some other sample, some other discussion board, they come to know, okay, how to apply this code into our programming problem. Okay, that's the last point. This point, if you learn the programming from the scratch, that's a good experience. Why? Because programming Python, you're learning from the scratch, right? We starting from the how to print the hello world. Yes. So now you're learning JavaScript. You can see a little bit similarity, right? That's what they're talking about. In the future, every day we develop something new. So already programming has become very old, long story, right? Long term. So the technology grown up, then we have to develop our knowledge too. So we have to apply for the new languages, new libraries, right? So how to convert it? You're gonna pay for money and learn it down? No. You have to update yourself. That's what they're talking about. Good? If you learn some other language from the scratch, you can do, for example, different language, Java or something. Why? Function is function. Variables, variables. Parameters, parameter. Formal parameter, formal parameter. Actual parameter, always actual parameter. So when they're talking about actual parameter, formal parameter, you already have some experience here. Then in Java also, you come to know, you get to know what is that, right? At least have some idea how we use that in Python. Okay? And some built-in function means dot split method in JavaScript also we have it. Okay? So dot split method, when you see that here, and when you're dealing with the JavaScript, we can solve the problem, right? And if one language you're using, you're gonna split two string. You know how to split it in Python. So later, a few years later, you're gonna learn yourself how to split two different strings using the C#. So immediately you click it, right? In Python, we use the dot split method. Then you will get to find, okay, you're gonna try it, or we have anything split method. Control space button. List up. Type the S dot split something, they will show up built-in function. Select it. Good? Any questions? Then we finish it. That's it today. So be ready for tomorrow quiz. Read the book by questions and some programming questions more. Around 12, 20. I don't know how much I'm gonna create tonight. Get some book by question. I'm gonna grab some book by question too. And as because two, I'm gonna create 50 questions today. Quiz A and B. Chapter 7A 25, chapter 7 B 25, that's 1.2. Fine. Please find this. And this one, 5 extra credit points. One question 5.
I mean, it's really hard.
No, easy. What? Fine? Always easy. You finish every answer, how much you get in each answer? 40?
Yeah.
Yeah, then what's that? If you don't know, it's not easy, you get 20.
Okay, that's an easy thing.
What's that?
Everyone
That's a program, no? Look like there's so many paragraphs there, but it's not that. Only the simple concept. How to convert 12 hours time to clock to 24 hours. That's it. Any on in the background? No? Sleeping? Anything? Anything pending so far? Check it, always check it. Anything pending? Finish. Anything pending? No?